In this episode, we join CityJo Dharmhik as he learns how to craft a Christmas surprise.
We meet a woman who pulled herself out of a personal crisis by making Chai Tow Kway, which she never made before.
We visit a sanctuary that helps marginalised children play their way to recovery.
And CityJo Guan shares the amazing story of Teddy, the miracle dog.
Christmas is here! And it's the season for giving. Each month, SG Now will adopt a special charity to highlight their mission and appeal for contributions to help them continue their good work.
Yes, Christmas is my favorite time of the year, Khai. And did you know our inaugural charity for December is the Disabled People's Association, or DPA, Singapore's only cross-disability non-profit organisation. Now, DPA's mission is to build a fairer society where the disabled community can participate in all aspects of life, from education to employment, and access its social integration.
That's right. What's so special about DPA is that it practices what it preaches by hiring people with disability to run the show.
That is so important. And for the whole month of December, they have been reaching out to social media as well as holding a series of events.
That's right. Meanwhile, let's take a look at some of the activities. CityJo Dharmhik has been to 3 of them. And today we're going to feature the very first one, Christmas wreath-making.
Hey, wait, hold on. And what about the other 2 stories?
Aha, that's a surprise. You'll just have to keep on watching as you want.
You're always full of surprises, Khai. But okay. I'm looking forward to this. Over to you, Dharmhik.
Hey guys, Christmas is just around the corner, and I've heard that the DPA, the Disabled People's Association, is holding a workshop. Do you want to know what workshop it is? Well, the workshop has something to do with this box over here. Do you want to see what's inside? Do you? Nah, let's keep that for later. I'm attending a wreath-making workshop held by DPA for the International Day of Disabled Persons. I must say, this is my first time making a wreath, and I'm rather excited for it. More than just a creative workshop, one thing that caught my eye was how it was partly conducted by people with disabilities. These are the inclusion ambassadors, and I'm going to learn how to make a wonderful wreath from these talented ladies. Alright, I want to know, what is the role of the IAs in today's workshop?
Okay, today's workshop is that the foremost is that we can get together, even in the midst of COVID. So lucky thing we all can go through Zoom, and we learn the step by step of how to make a wreath, so that we are able to interact with those without disabled and with disabled people. Inclusion ambassador are DPA's member with disabilities, are trained and mentored by DPA to lead an inclusion workshop and trainings with the public. So we should be actually to be included in the society.
So inclusion ambassador also has we encourage everybody to be inclusive and support us to build inclusive communities for this workshop.
Today we have a workshop called Making Christmas Wreath, and it's the first time I'm making a Christmas wreath from an expert.
Is there any particular change that you want to see in societies? Like maybe the one change that will mean the most to you?
So we just want to try to raise awareness to people that we are just the same as you are. It's just that we only have disability, but we learn and we can do it in our own timing, in our own way. But we still get the job done. We hope that we have projects, and by then we also at the same time hope that people will respond to that kind of help. We need the help, that kind of volunteer. We need volunteering, and then also in another way they just give us a helping hand, and to project some kind of image that we do need help.
Change is everyone to include us. Us means our disabled groups. Okay, and help us to live life for the fullest. Okay, and then the change that we want to see, is to inclusions for all. Yeah.
I mean, if everyone can get together and have fun,
Yeah.
it'll be a lot better, right? Now that we've gone through the wreath-making workshop, and I've gotten both my hands glittered and with a few cuts, but it was a fun experience. I mean, look at my masterpiece, and talking to the eyes, I've learned something. We all can do our little part to make society a little bit more inclusive, and we should help out as well. I mean, it's the season of giving, right? With that said, this has been CityJo Dharmhik for Singapore One.
Thank you, my man Dharmhik. Those Christmas wreaths would look great on anyone's door.
Yes, I want to put one on my door. Thank you very much. And the money received by DPA will go into its Inclusion Ambassador program, where DPA trains and mentors persons with disabilities to lead inclusion awareness talks and workshops with schools, companies, social service agencies, and even government bodies.
Now, this program ensures persons with disabilities are able to develop new skills, earn an income, and together build an inclusive society we can all be proud of.
Absolutely. And if you believe in DPA's cause of disability-led inclusion, please support them.
They are now coming to an end of their fundraising activities and would be happy for a final burst of contributions for them to achieve their target of $50,000, which will go some way in enabling them to do their valuable work in the coming year. So please go to the link in the description box below and be generous, okay?
Yes, and if you'd like to find out more about the Disabled People's Association of Singapore, please go to www.dpa.org.sg.
And now for our next story. It's gonna feature one of my favorite subjects.
Wait, let me guess. It's,
Food, of course.
of course it's food.
And today,
Kai.
we're gonna feature Chai Tow Kway.
Chai Tow Kway.
Yes.
Chai Tow. I only know Cha Kway Tiao.
No, Chai Tow Kway.
What is Chai Tow Kway?
It's carrot cake, Asian version.
Oh, okay. So which one do you like, black or white?
I like the black one.
No, I also like the black one.
Okay, but today, I am not sure what we're gonna feature, black or white. I'll leave it to CityJo Carson. Take it away.
COVID came and put a pause in many of our lives. I'm here to meet somebody today who actually found a new start in times of crisis.
My priority is my kids. I do not want to sacrifice the time at home with my kids. We're spending more than what we earn during this period of time.
Meet Amelia Teh, founder and owner of Amelia's Carrot Cake. How did you get into the design and printing business?
When I met my husband Elgar, I helped him with his business, so I handled the accounts and liaising with all the customers.
So when COVID came, what happened for you in the design business?
When COVID happened, so there was the restriction where there was no events in school. Even for companies, they don't have road shows. So in the end, we actually had quite a bit of struggle having any project on hand. That's where the COVID actually hit us the most. So we were actually spending more than what we earned during this period of time because there was actually really much lesser projects on hand.
And there are basically two types of people, those who will take some action when there's a crisis and those who really don't know what to do. So, and I know you took some action. That's very, very commendable. My question to you is, what caused you to take action when COVID hit?
So when COVID hit, my friends would come in, I say, oh, why not I just make some for my friends anyway since my son wanted to eat. So I made them. So then when we were actually having dinner, we actually saw the news that restriction was going to happen. So I was like, oh, since I already made so much, why don't I give my friends to bring some home? So they actually brought it home. Then after that, when the restriction actually happened, then my friend actually said like, hey, why don't you sell some to us so that I can give my families and relatives, since we can't meet up, at least they have something to eat at home. So that's where I was like, why not? I'll just do it as a business because I do have two younger kids at home.
Why carrot cake?
Well, it's actually a tradition during Chinese New Year where we actually make carrot cake and yam cake. For carrot cake, it's actually lo bokao, which is made of carrot, radish, which is Chai Tow. So for Chinese, it's actually a Hao Chai Tow. So it's actually a good start during Chinese New Year. It's the same way it's for the yam cake, Hao Yu Tow. It's also a good start for the New Year. Other than carrot cake, I actually have glutinous rice, the ba zhang. Making the carrot cakes is a very tedious process. Peeling the carrots, dicing the sausage, very time consuming. So for me to fulfill my orders daily, I have to start the preparation at 3 a.m. when my kids are asleep so that we can deliver them fresh in the morning. I can actually still spend time in the day with my kids. The only sacrifice is my own time. The youngest one is 2 and the older one is 5. I do have certain time that I set aside for my kids still, where I play with them, I study with them, because they are young now. They actually need a lot of time. At the moment, I'm not looking at any expansion because, like I mentioned, my priority is my kids. I really actually enjoy receiving feedback because I can improve along the way.
In the morning that I spent with Amelia, I find that she's a person who really knows what she wants, and she is an extremely generous person. Thank you, Amelia, for your carrot cakes. I'm CityJo Carson, Singapore 1.
Amelia's carrot cake looked seriously good. Now I'm hungry for some good old carrot cake. I hope Carson saves some for us.
I know, right? It looks so sedap. There's only one word to say, sedap.
Sedap.
Delicious. Oh my gosh. Well, our CityJos go on the best food adventures. I tell you, I'm so jealous. And speaking of adventures, our next story is about a very special place called Playam.
Located in Bedok, Playam provides a world of creative adventure for children from broken homes, or those without one or more parents, or children who are having difficult time coping with their condition or situation.
Yeah, that's really, really, really wonderful. So here's CityJo Morag talking to Playam Executive Director Charlotte Goh. Over to you.
Children growing up in disadvantaged families or with a disability often don't have opportunities to play like other children. At Playam, they want to change that by offering marginalised children a safe environment where they can get the most out of playing. I'm going to find out how they do that and why they think it's so important.
I mean, there are many different kinds of challenges that children face or their family faces, but one of the most regular thing we see is children needing attention. They need validation, and that manifests in behaviors. So we use a lot of play, open-ended play, and recycled materials, the art, making art, drawing, sometimes poetry, sometimes drama. We use it to bring out creativity, imagination, but I think everyone has an opportunity because we create time and space for them to solve problems. It also builds resilience, right? It also builds communication, because when children come together, they have to discuss and make something, they have to communicate, and they have to collaborate. These are all life skills.
The futsal game made by a group of 12-year-olds is a wonderful example of this discussion and collaboration amongst the children. And from the number of wine corks, I suspect that the adults helped out too.
I think you have the advantage of me.
Oh, yes,
So we work with social service organizations, family service centers, charities, where the children are already there. They have a pool of children that they support. And when we work with the social service organizations, they recommend the children to come to our program. We have programs for children from marginalized backgrounds or low-income backgrounds. And we have also programs that we are running for children with varying abilities. It's quite easy to focus on a disability, isn't it? Because a disability can be the obvious thing. And it's very easy for us adults, when we look through our lens, to see the disability. But through play and the arts, or when they make or when they stack things, we focus on what they're able to do. So we actually have a program called Giving Tuesdays, which was in collaboration with Arts of the Earth. We managed to see how children develop their soft skills through play. And we also realized that through the program, the children, the support of the adults around those children were highly important.
One of the children who took part in the Giving Tuesdays programme was Zoe Ng. She couldn't wait to tell me about her experience and how much she enjoyed herself.
The white space, and they have the curtains and lots of cushions, and you can just snuggle up there. Yes. Yeah.
I was like a princess. Zoe's dad, Sam, too, only had positive things to say about Giving Tuesdays and Playum.
The concept was really great because it was, I think, kind of unstructured play. The place itself was very different because they had all kinds of material, and a lot of it was recycled material as well.
Yes.
So it's so amazing. It's just there, and they've got so much of it. The quantity, the variety, the space.
As Charlotte guides me through the marvellous space with furniture made almost entirely from recycled materials, she stresses that everything has to suit the needs of the children.
We have higher tables over there for adults and lower tables over here for children. We always believe it's very important for children to work at their level.
Running programs for schools who report seeing big improvements in behaviour and participation from Playum kids, donations and sales of various products all support the creation of revenue to keep Playum helping children.
My visit to Playum today has convinced me of the importance of play in the lives of kids and of its ability to help them turn things around so they can become their best selves. Playum is funded by charitable donations, and you can make one via the website address, which is down below. This has been CityJo Morag McGee, and I've been playing at Playum.
Oh man, that foosball table looked really cool, right?
Yeah, it looks so cool. I love foosball.
Yeah, you know what? I'm inspired. I am going to make my own foosball table this weekend.
Just one weekend to make one foosball table?
Yeah, and you are gonna help me.
Just like Santa's helpers, right? But I think it's gonna be a fun weekend. Oh, and do you know who was having a lot of fun in that video? That little girl, Zoe Ng. She looked like she was having tons of fun. And this really highlights the importance of play in a child's development as well as their mental well-being.
And in our next story, we meet a very special dog called Teddy, who fought back from horrendous and extreme abuse and even a serious degenerative spinal condition to become a bit of a celebrity in his own neighborhood.
Oh, I just love dogs. So here's CityJo Guan learning that big miracles often come in small packages. Woof, woof, woof.
Do you believe in miracles? Well, I don't really, until I met Teddy. Now, many in this neighborhood here in Toa Payoh knows him as Teddy the Miracle Dog, and soon you will be meeting him. This is CityJo Guan, and I'm here to share with you this inspiring story of Teddy and his amazing journey. So when did Teddy first come into your life?
In 2017 September.
2017, under what circumstances?
I was looking through Facebook, just browsing, then I come across this appeal for fostering dog.
Okay.
It was posted by CDAS, Chain Dog Association Singapore.
So CDAS found out about Teddy in a factory. Where was the factory?
In Woodlands.
In Woodlands. What was his condition?
He was laying down, paralyzed, and half his body, as you can see, from this part of his body is all scorched. We have no idea. Yeah, kind of like the skin is peeling off, then it's all wounds. So we have no idea whether is it hit by a car or he has been burned under the sun.
Dear.
But anyway, he cannot move.
When he came back, what was the first thing you all did for him? Sent him to the vet, of course.
Yes, we sent him to the vet, and then we have him diagnosed. So the vet says that he has got some spine issue, degenerations.
Okay, so he started on what kind of therapy?
We started on acupuncture first.
Acupuncture first?
And then physiotherapy.
So how long was the process of doing the acupuncture as well as the therapy?
Until he is mobile again.
How long was
9 months.
It took 9 long months.
Yes.
I think it's very progressive, right? Like you see him starting to get up on his hind legs, and then maybe the front, and then slowly taking his like babies, taking the first steps. So it's progressive.
almost overnight when he decided that he wants to stand up. He already stand up and 跌跌撞撞 walk towards you. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
And overnight thing, suddenly he decided to do that.
Yes, just for a few steps, and then he fall down again.
Okay,
But
tell me how you felt then, when he took those steps.
my family is more overwhelmed than me.
Why? Why is that so?
大姐, look at Teddy, 大姐, 快点看. I remember I was in the washroom, so I quickly dash out. And then, of course, very typical gesture is to cover my mouth. Oh, Teddy, you can do it. Oh, walk to me. He actually walks towards me.
I'm sure it's a very special moment, a moment that all of you have been waiting for.
Yes, the whole family, there's 4 of us, all girls. We are all like very overwhelmed. It's been 4 years that Teddy comes to our family and into our lives. He's already 13 years old now. I hope he will be with us for many more years.
Dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. But in Silver and Teddy's case, I can't quite decide who made whose life whole. What I do know is they share a very special bond, and I'm indeed very touched and inspired by the both of them. I guess nothing's impossible, and impossible is nothing. This is CityJo Guan, sharing with you this miraculous story on SG Now.
Teddy is proof that all beings need love and care to live life to the fullest.
But unfortunately, there are still a lot of dogs out there who are suffering the way Teddy suffered. So, if you would like to find out how you can help, or if you'd consider adopting a dog, you can reach out to the Chained Dog Awareness Group on Facebook.
Yes, and we also have put the link to the Facebook page in the description below.
And that, folks, is our last story for this episode.
But please do join in our good friends Darren and Evelyn on Christmas Eve for our very special Christmas episode.
You know what? I feel sad when it's our last story and we just gotta part our ways and say goodbye. And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna cook you a nice hot plate of Chai Tow Kway. How about that?
Yes, thank you so much. You are like the bestest friend ever.
But you gotta bring in the carrots.
I'm bringing the carrots?
Yeah.
Okay, I bring the carrots and you cook for me, and that sounds like a great deal.
And you don't know that that dish doesn't have carrots.
But it's called carrot cake.
It's made of radish.
Okay.
That's the mystery we have to solve in our next episode, our future episode.
Well, Merry Christmas, Khai.
Merry Christmas, Sharda. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.